Yo, what is going on? All you guys, Team MSS, all up in this place, I think. I'm going to go look in the comments here. We'll wait for some more people to show up. Oh, dude, Loaf's already up in the comments. All right. We got Dom. Cheers, Sean. Oh, my Irish buddy, Lucky Spags, up in there. Yeah. Dude, I didn't know you were so sensitive to all the short jokes. I mean, you've been hearing them your whole life. I figured you'd be okay with that. So, I thought you'd be good. So hey, it's 108 tourney time. You got free MSS right now. I'm not charging for my stories. I'm not playing ads. This is sponsored by no one. This is paid for by friends of MSS, which actually just means it's me. I'm the friend of MSS. I've noticed that I've had a lot of good support today from our friends out there, and I appreciate that. I'm not taking notes because I'm not going to go back at anybody next year. So feel free, if you want to say, hey, you know what? I don't fucking like you. You can feel free to just tell me you don't like me. You don't have to pretend, oh, this is such a hard decision. Oh, Christ. So anyway, you don't have to do that. Hey, so we got some questions coming up. Let's get in here. Let's see what we got. It's not necessarily just about California. You can ask me anything. And one of the first questions, our guy Praz, he says, what is the best bar in Sterling? And my God, if I didn't say the actual best bar of Sterling, our guy Shankster would be pissed as hell. And it's Kelly's. And now, if you've never been to Sterling, Illinois has an Irish bar that only serves Mexican food, and that is Kelly's. So if you go there, best Mexican food probably in town. And yeah, it's an Irish bar. So if you want a Guinness and a plate of nachos, that's the place to go. Like a good plate of nachos or a super huge burrito. So Joe Latham, why am I not raising my kids right now? I am. I actually did. I already, my part of the evening is I make the dinner. I do the dishes. I also pick the kids up and bring them home. So I'm the taxi guy. I saw our guy Tadahito out there today saying, oh, hey, you're driving a lot. And it's like, yeah, that's my job. I fucking got to drive all the time. Pick them up, drop them off, do all this crap. They're everywhere. I want them to play sports and do like travel team and, fun stuff like that. But there's zero part of me that wants to go out to Naperville to watch, 9-10-year-olds play fucking softball. No, don't want to do it. I don't know. It could be fun. Yeah. Oh, hey. Oh yeah. Wings and Rings is like, we sponsor this. You do. You sponsor the tourney. Your ads are coming in the next segment of this. This was not on the list, but hey, I took enough flack for you guys already. I'm posting pictures of my kids with beer cans, empty beer cans, and people are like, "Oh, this is absolute terrible parenting, And no, the things were empty. There was absolutely no beer in there. And funny story about that is when I went in and Chirizi, Slim Mick, and Beefloaf were already there. And they had already drank enough beers, and there were some empties there. And I was going to put them in front of the girls, and I heard Chirizi just go, "Oh no." And he knew. So then I was like, okay, well, I got to chill. Let's make sure that this is okay. So I asked Justin, the owner of Wings and Rings, and I said, hey, this is what I was planning on doing, but I don't want to do it because I don't want to get you in trouble or anybody not wanting to come in there, especially after Danny Reyes did what he did. So we were like, he was like, no, it's it's okay. Go ahead and do it. It's fine. So I was like, all right, I want to make sure that was taken care of. I would never want to do that stuff. Spag asked if I really hate short people. No. I've like pretty much only, I feel like I dated and then I married a short person. So I'm good. I never really, good. Tall people don't really like that. Sharon's ex-husband asked, am I a creamer? I love cream in my coffee. I drank a ton of it. I remember I drank six bottles in like 2 months. It was good stuff. Got a tip from our guy Gordo. Gordo going in there today. I'll give you guys an update here in a little bit, like how the tourney is going. Feels like I've been on for 20 minutes. It's been 5. So yeah, get ready. Get ready for a very entertaining time. I haven't taken a drink. Is my first drink. Gordo doing oh hey MSS, what are you drinking? Oh hey, yeah, thanks MSS. I'm drinking some big Buffalo Trace bottle, the big Buffalo Trace bottle, trying to get rid of this. So yes. Oh, congrats on the new puppy, Winnie. And I'm gonna have a sip. Thanks for Gordo. I don't think this is an actual question because there's no question mark, but I'll read it anyway. What's it like to be the hearts, brains, and soul? The hearts, brains, and soul and heart of the 108. Hashtag fuck beef loaf. I'm usually just the face. That's what I started out as. Brian Billick anointed me the face of the 108. And I rode with that for a long time. And then you, Mr. Hand has come out and big time supporting me, and I appreciate that. And it takes saying I'm really smart. Dom, let Jake know I saw the video. I have not listened to it. I was feeding my family. And yes, thank you, Jake, for making the video for me. I saw Southpaw was in there. I appreciate that. And we look forward to seeing you out in the stands. And hopefully your dad doesn't do what that other dad did and put you up on the shoulders, and then you take a baseball right to the face when Gavin Sheets whips it at you, because, buddy, that's where we're looking. We're going to have Gavin Sheets out there. So, or maybe Kevin Pillar. We'll see. All right. From Beef Loaf, he says, MSS, why do you lie, saying you aren't a fan of Angela White's work? You know, it's funny. I just was never really into Angela White. And then I think she just did a threesome with Violet Myers, who's still alive. And so I might have to take a peek at that for research purposes, just to see how that's going and make sure she's still alive. And then we'll see what happens. So I hope Jake is not listening to this now. All right. Joe Latham coming through. How many owls would you need to see in a day before you think something is wrong? I mean, owls are good, right? Like, I think they're good. Not during the day. Yeah, that's not good. I think one, maybe two. Let's just do two. Because one would just be like, it's just, it's rough. Two, I think, something's happening. Yeah, I don't think you want to see owls during the day. That's not a good thing. You should probably call somebody that knows what they're doing. Let's see here. I was thinking, I was trying to think what I saw during the day one time, and it was bad. I'll let you know. Praz is saying that he's going to be in Rockford tomorrow. You might have to make a stop. Sterling's about 45 minutes on Route 2 away from Rockford. Rockford, we used to drive up there. I don't think it exists anymore. We used to go to Chi-Chi's up there. Great name for a restaurant. That's where we used to eat. And then I think they have a different Mexican chain restaurant up there that your boy here enjoyed, because they make good burritos up there. And I know that, I'm much slighter now, but as a younger man, I really, really enjoyed the burritos. Burritos are delicious. Oh, surprised it's going to be there Wednesday, not Tuesday. Was for food? That's Joe Latham. I'm thinking of what we have for dinner. Oddly enough, we ate spaghetti with no red sauce, though. The girls don't like red sauce for some reason. I don't understand. So now, see, every so often, right? You got a guy who's in your posse. He's your friend. You expect him to be the guy that maybe wants to support you, show out for you, maybe post a video for you, tell other people to vote for you. Or you have your other boy, Wally Money, telling everybody to vote for Celeste. That's not nice, dude. It's not nice. So Wally's already jumped ship. Poppy, Celeste, Poppy, whatever. Was the I did a cameo. Was it that bad that you didn't use it, or were you worried that I was gonna mush you like I mushed everybody else that got a fucking cameo from me? Had a bad run at the cameos this time. I got 3. One person delivered, and that was Brian Knights, former champ. He delivered and gave me a really good one. And I was impressed because he was definitely after a long day of partying, and he's got to do it, the night of, and I appreciate that. Uh, got denied by Layla Rahimi. She said she can't endorse anybody, but she wished me good luck. And I was like, I didn't really necessarily ask for an endorsement. I just said, hey, MySoxSummer is asking me to tell you to vote in the 108 tourney. And if you vote for him. I thought that would work. It did not. She just totally denied it. And then Shane Reardon just never even responded to it. So I'm sure he's going to come back and he's just going to say, it's all good. Here's your video, and I don't need it. It's kind of bullshit. We got a nice, I just got a text message from Wally. Maybe he posted in the chat too. We'll get there, Wally. He said he did vote for me, but he's telling everybody now to vote for Celeste. So he's trying to cancel out those votes. I appreciate that. Beef Loaf, ride or die, vote MSS. I appreciate that. And folks, if you haven't voted and you're catching me on the YouTube or on the Twitter or whatever, feel free, go vote. You're coming across the stream and you don't know what it is, just be like, hey, MSS, I'm gonna go vote for him and to see what happens. So yeah, let's go ahead and get in there. My guy B Webb, Soul Gold Sox fan. Why did you and Treasy bully Beefloaf into dropping his fingerless gloves bit? Not cool, guys. The guy has so many bits. I can't even keep up with the bits. The one thing that is really stuck for Loaf is the sleeveless t-shirt. He loves sleeveless t-shirts, wears them constantly. So much so we had to order more 108 stuff because he had cut all the sleeves off of every single 108 shirt he had. So now we have new ones, and we got performance wear. And hopefully you guys ordered that because the pre-sale ended. Let's see. Sharon's ex-husband is asking, are you going to race Gabriel in Lot B? Listen, I'm an older man, as Missy Carroll was pointing out a lot today. And Celeste also said that I was I couldn't handle chugging a Four Loco or shotgunning. I've shotgunned one time and it did not end the best. I got totally intoxicated and I think I was passed out on the couch by 8 p.m. and it was just a lot of moaning at that point, and it wasn't good. I was just passed out. It is. Me and my buddy Jamal went to the Sox game. Went there a little early, and I was like, oh, I got to hurry up and have some beers with my guy. And we end up staying out there a little bit longer than we thought. We shotgunned like 5 or 6 beers, and I was instantly drunk. Shockingly, Loaf and Cherizi were also drunk. So if you ever Google us and you see this picture of me with I have a Sox hat on forward and then a big beard at that point, and Loaf I think has a bag on his head. It was like something Sox fan, sad Sox fan or something. That we are totally we are totally hammered in that picture. It was one of the games where you look up and you're like, oh shit, it's only the 3rd inning. I mean, I'm like 8th inning, 9th inning drunk. That's not good. This is not going to end well. I think this is the one time when I went to Wings and Rings after not Wings and Rings, the Sox Bar and Grill after. They denied me entrance because I was too hammered, which was a very, very smart move on their hand. And the boys looked at me like, what's up? What's going on? And I said, give me 1 minute. And then I walked to the side where they have a little wall that's about up to my waist. And then I just jumped over the wall and walked in and had some food. I go, could you believe they wouldn't let me in? I'm totally hammered. And they were like, no, we cannot believe that. All right. So I'm not racing Gabriel. That's a long way to say that. I'm not going to race Gabriel in Lot B this year. I don't run anymore. I'm too old. I can't run. I've been working out in the pool since the 108 weight loss competition is over. So we'll see if I can gain up some more strength and do that. So we'll see how that goes. So anyway, yeah, I'm probably not going to race Gabriel would whoop my ass. So I can't be doing that. Funny guy here. Complex sugars. Oh my lordy. Here we go. Whoop. I got the hit a keyboard and it was going to start doing dictation, and Lord knows we don't need that. So well, at least letting everybody know that he has a picture of his son with a cigarette and a beer in each of his hands. Everyone has done that. 4 years. I think it's been 4 years. I haven't had a cigarette in 4 years. Today, driving around in the car, talking on the video, like doing the video stuff, makes me want to smoke for some reason. I had not felt that urge to smoke so strongly in a while. So that was a lot. All right. Missy Carroll, she's telling me to go to Corks. Was there yesterday with my kids. And while we were walking out, Billy, the owner, came up and was like, hey, he was like, you girls know how famous your dad is, how good of a guy, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, man, this guy lies a lot. Celeste Pappy, do I like gin? I don't. I've never really had a good, I used to drink vodka tonics. I'm never a gin and tonic. I maybe need to try it again. My palate has definitely matured since probably the last time I drank them. But I had to stop drinking vodka for the most part because in college I would just drink a ton. We would just drink way too much vodka and just be totally hammered. I would just do vodka tonics with shitload of lemon, put it in like a big like an Nalgene type bottle, and then just drink that and just walk around and just get totally lit up like a Christmas tree. It was too expensive. Drank a lot of Absolute. That was the popular vodka back then, and just pounded that shit. Patrick Willis jersey. No, that's actually an NIU jersey right here. Huskies. It's signed actually. Let's see. Yeah, I can be able to get that signed by Joe Novak, and that was the reason I bought it. Like the coach that really turned it around. What would be an NFL jersey that I have a Dent. I have a Peyton. I like wearing jerseys of people that aren't actually playing in the league because then you don't have to worry about it. They're not going anywhere. They're not getting traded. And I'm always looking for like a good, like a Jared Allen Bears 69. I definitely wear that. I wear a 69 jersey all day. Just so people come up to me and just go, nice, whole damn time. All right, here we go. So Spag's like, do you know that Buffalo Traces is only good for a mix? Bottom shelf bourbon. I don't know. I like it. Sweet. It's good. It's pretty good stuff. SPF, his kids love beer. That's good. Ian, thank you very much, sir, for voting for me. I appreciate that. Loaf is the nose of the 108. That is true. These are statements, not necessarily questions. This is an AMI or AMA. AMI. I don't know what AMI is. I think it's music stuff. The face. Good Italian mobster name. I am Italian. I am 50% Italian. My mother's side is 100%. So I have 50%. So yeah, it's well, I'm Italian. Today, the two things that were really funny to me were that people kept saying, I gotta support my Italian sister. My sister in the Italian heritage. Oh, my Italian mafioso sister. Blah, blah, blah. I'm Italian too. So fuck yourselves. That's not cool. I understand. I don't push it out there. The other thing was the Illini fan thing. They're like, oh, I gotta support my fellow Illini fan. It's like, yo, what? I'm a big Illini fan too. I mean, goddamn Bruce Weber right there. Bruce Weber. Buddy of mine got me that. It's pretty nice. I got it signed. 2005 stuff. Yeah, 05, the best Illini. I mean, he's not wrong. It's held this year. I feel like this year's Illini team is pretty good, like as a complete and total team, because they don't force things. They stay composed, which is a huge deal. A lot of times you'd see these teams, Illini teams, it's like push and try to get, even like with when Ayo was there, and Kofi, and when things weren't going right, he would just push. He would push too much, and they try to force things and make things. It didn't work. So they stay composed and they come around and win. So I like this. I like this Illini team. Candy Evans. I think that's an older name. I don't know her. Not there. I was going to the boys kind of scared me out of doing something I was going to do. I was going to do a get to know me video, and it was going to be only adult information, because Celeste has that the night calls thing with the other guy, HBIC, who was using the main to promote One person, that was a lot of controversy there. He made up for it, but still. So I was like going to do an adult edition version of that, but the boys and like Loaf saying he's going to screw it up. He's going to put something out there that we don't want. He doesn't want to have out there. So I was like, you know what? He's probably right. So I didn't do it. So he killed some content there. My man Gordo, he's got, is your name really on the welcome to Sterling sign? It is not. What is up there right now? Trying to think, because they used to do like, oh, like home of the so and so champions. Like my cousin, I don't know, everyone knows Newman football. Newman football. I did not go to Newman. My cousin did. Farmer Matt. His kids would go in there. Like my cousins have gone there. They have one of my cousins is the state champion quarterback from there. My cousin played. I think he played offensive line. But they won a lot of state championships in football. So they're a dynasty program out there. So they put that up there a lot. I know that's up there. And then my brother-in-law's cousin, he was up there for a while with the he had won state. He went to state in wrestling. It's a lot different now. The athletics are like become more of a thing. They put a lot of money into that at Sterling High School. So, like there's more athletes popping out. Joseph Bertrand he's from Sterling. He went to U of I. And then Isaiah Cody, I feel like it's from Dixon, and he played in the NBA for a little while. So yeah, good stuff. Man, Joe Latham update with the Owls. He saw 5 owls. Holy shiz. That's a lot of owls, man. Yeah, the apocalypse is probably happening. We used to have a hawk. We just talked about this. There's a hawk in front of our house, and he was in one of the big trees. And I love that hawk, even though he could potentially come down and slash my throat. He was also killing a lot of rats. So he was disemboweling rats like right out in the open in the alley. It was beautiful. So you'd find a lot of rat parts, and I was like, just really like that. I see playing. Jake's playing some Roblox. That's good. It's way more entertaining than me. You don't need me. A little behind on these. Was Loaf telling the truth about Chirizi abusing us before and after the podcast? Yes. We know that Chirizi's not happy, or he's really upset if he doesn't do the post game with us. It just is like, all right, fucks, I got to go to bed. And so that's almost a form of abuse. That's Catholic abuse. They tell you, there's like, I'm just really disappointed in you, and don't even really tell you what you did instead of yell at you. It's like more of a mind fuck, and that Chirizi's real big into that. So, all right. Casey's. Yeah. See, they didn't have Casey's when I was there. We had a Super America gas station. That was fabulous. It was pretty dope. It's not Super America anymore, though. That's real big in Minneapolis now, or was. And then they came to Sterling. It's not Super America. It's something else now. And then Shell. Oh, God, I love Shell. Like any kid in the 90s wearing that Shell logo. I was big. Loved it. Big stuff. Alex Rude. Rockford is the home of Steve-O. Yep. The original white rapper. And Fred VanVleet, who actually played in the NBA too and won a championship with the Raptors. Mary Fuck Hill. I mean, so financially, both those guys do really well. So you can't go wrong marrying either one of them. If I got to pick myself, I'm fucking myself. That's just the easiest thing and less weird thing. Who could I probably hang out with longer? Oof, that's tough. I mean, here's the deal. Loaf and I have mentioned many times we're attracted to the same type of woman, so that would be hard. So we probably, probably not marriage material. I'm gonna have to kill Beef Loaf and then marry Chirizi. That's probably what I'm gonna have to do. It's just the easiest thing to do. Olympic Tavern in Rockford. Never heard of it. We got Sean Furlow. Where's the perfect drinking spot in Sterling Rock Falls area during our high school days? So that's a funny thing. We didn't drink much in high school because most of my friend group, we were all the oldest kids. So we didn't have anybody to go buy us booze. So when kids would come home from college or something, they would hook us up. But yeah, I mean, we had we don't know it anymore, but we used to have a cabin on the river, winter cabin or a summer cabin up there. and we would go to the cabin up there. And my dad was very trusting. Would let us have keys. We smoked a shitload of weed out there mostly. But if we were going to drink, we usually would drink there and then stay overnight. We drank at my grandmother's house in town too. She lived part-time in Sterling, part-time in Ohio. So we used to go there and have band practice. And the night that we drank there, I put all the garbage, I put all the stuff in the garbage can and put it on the stairs, going downstairs into the basement. And I was going to go back in the next morning and go pick it up. Well, weather changed. It got colder. My dad's like, oh, I better go check the furnace, make sure the furnace is okay. Went over to my grandma's house, went to go downstairs, and there's a huge trash can full of empties. And he came home and he was like, hey, went over to your grandma's house. I just want you to know, I want you guys to go get your stuff out of there. You can't practice the band anymore. And just very disappointed in you. And I was like, fuck. And he just almost wish he would have been like, go fuck yourself, fucking dumbass. And then later in life, he's like, why didn't you just throw that away the night of? And I was like, I was gonna, but I was drinking. So a lot of stuff. How long did I really live out west? This is from Sin City Swindler. I was out west for 7 years. I thought, I don't know if I'm sure I've told parts of this story. We've recorded so many goddamn podcasts and done so many hours. I moved, my aunt lived in Arizona, and I moved out to Arizona upon graduation of high school or college. And I went with two friends. Both were still out there. Well, my buddy Steven had passed away a couple years ago from desert fever, but we all three of us moved out there. We got a place. My other buddy, he's still there, has a family, 3 kids, wife, house, everything. So we moved out there, and then I was there for about 3 years. And just, the 9/11 happened when I was there. I was working for Alice Cooper's restaurant. I had a interview with a company that imports adult movies, and I was going to make covers for them in English. And that was the job that I was supposed to Castle Megastore. And I was interviewing for that, and I was on a second interview. And so much so that I was like, I had to buy shampoo for my hair because they're like, we take drug tests. And I was like, motherfucker, that's not good. If I can't get this drug test or I don't pass this drug test because of the weed I've smoked, that's not good because I want this job. So I had the stuff, and then 9/11 happened and things went upside down. It was crazy. So I continued to work for Alice Cooper's restaurant. I actually applied at another place and interviewed twice at the same place, like a year apart. And they're like, we keep bringing you back in. Obviously, we see something. Still didn't get hired. Ended up getting hired by Ping, which is a golf club company out in Phoenix. And I worked there for like about a year and a half. And then the war started. And then I was like, okay. They laid me off because there's last one in, first one out. And I was like, all right, what am I going to do? Just happened to keep in touch with somebody who'd moved out, like kind of out east, and was working in something. And she's like, hey, I can either move to Chicago or I can move to LA. And I was like, fuck it. Like, I'm not doing anything here. I was working in this shop. I was cutting out appliques that go on t-shirts and stuff. They did these distressed t-shirts for like Abercrombie and Fitch, Vans, Hollister, like anything that was stitched, we were cutting those things out. They were the first company doing this using laser cutters. This is very odd, but it was a job and I loved it. I mean, I didn't love it, but it was a job and made money. And they were like, oh, they always get you in. They're like, oh, it's graphic design. Come in. But anyway, so I was working in this job, and a friend was like, I'm moving these 2 places. I go, if you go to LA, I'll go to LA. And they ended up moving to LA. LA became Huntington Beach. I went out there for the 4th of July. And I don't know if you've ever been on the West Coast for the 4th of July, especially Newport Beach, Huntington Beach. It's a massive fun time. It just tons of parties, tons of people hanging on the beach, just drinking, just going crazy. Knew only girls out there when I first got there. So they took us to a really good party. Guy owned the Chronic Tacos in Newport, went and got drunk at Chronic Tacos. And then he was like, we're going over to my buddy's house and his buddy was Dennis Rodman. So we were partying with Dennis Rodman. It was a $10 cover. That was the coolest thing ever because drinks in California are like, even then, when it was 2003, were like $10, $8. And I was like, fuck, I'm going to drink at least 3 beers. So I don't give a fuck. So I drank a shitload of beers and tipped and got a lot of drinks. I'm sure it went right in that guy's pocket. Got to meet Dennis Rodman, party with Dennis Rodman, who's not much bigger, taller than me, wider, bigger, like muscular, huge feet, huge hands. He was cool. So I party with those guys and some guy from the LA Rams. That was fun. That was good. And that was my first weekend out there. And I went home and I was like, all right, I'm gonna take a beat. I'm gonna be like, this never gonna be like this again. This was just a fun time. I have to decide if I really want to live there. I said, sure. So I moved out there, 3 of us in a 2-bedroom. Girls had a room. I had my room. Worked at Home Depot for like a month, found a job in my field, doing graphic design, worked there for 5 years, ended up staying in California doing freelance a year after I left. I was there for 7 years. So hey, fuck it. I'll just go out there for 1 year. And if it doesn't work out, I'll move back to Chicago, Sterling, and worked out. So once you're against the wall, you don't have a fuck to give. You go out there and just have fun. And then get in a little bit of debt there at the end of it, and then came back and got a job in marketing back here and was working for a place there for a while too before we had the kids. So I was out there for 7 years. That was a good time. So yeah, let's see here. Same thing with Zello. Did I live out west? Yes. Here, I just told you the whole story. Let me look into how we're doing here on the tournaments. Let's see. Treasy just sent a message, and it's something that I think I saw too. Let's go profile. I'm looking at myself online. That's fucking weird, man. All right. You got okay. Anderson and Guillen. That's Sean Anderson's beaten Guillen 63% to 36. I think we had some problems in there because there's 40 almost 4,500 votes. So I don't know. Looks a little sketch. Jordan Nelson or Josh Nelson and Jordan Lazowski 57 to 42 right now. Nelson's carrying that. You got the brother on brother, Treasy and Loaf 42 to 57 or 43 to 57. To Beef Loaf. Yeah, me and Celeste, I'm winning by 10% now. That might not be legit. Not a huge discrepancy in the voting, but like that's Treasy's job. He can figure that shit out. I don't know what the impressions are at, so we'll see. But I was been working it out there, so who knows? Brian Knights and Daniel Pierce. Brian Knights is winning by 75 to 25. Daniel, man, you ran into a buzzsaw. That's rough. Got little Tina over Laura right now, 62% to 38%. You got Sax Mom over Saxwood. Or no, Saxwood over Sax Mom. Excuse me. Saxwood finally woke up, realized he's in the tournament. He's winning. You got Mrs. Loaf over Loud Chuck right now. 52 minutes ago. And in a very hotly contested match right now, you got Vino and Gordo. Vino's up 51% to 49%. So 2%. You can make that up, Gordo. Come on, let's vote for some of these matches. Go to 108. Go to our Twitter and go in and vote for some of these guys. Let's try to get 1,000 votes in each one of these matchups. That'd be great. We're right there. We can do this pretty easily. So let's get in there. Jacqueline's beating Todd Hito. Selena is beating Shigerian Prince. See, I got it. HBIC is beating Jane. And another tight one, Senior Sox and Sockside Pride. I mean, both those dudes, holy shit balls. I love both those guys. Senior Sox breaking out Evan Stone. Like I was thinking about this today. Like Evan Stone has done this twice now and it's 2 years apart. And like, what does Evan Stone think to himself when he reads 108 tournament? And he's like, he's done it again. He sees senior socks again. Does he know what he's doing? Is he confused? Does he talk to his friends and be like, I don't know what this is? I'm not sure, but it's been around twice. It must be big. I don't know. I wonder if Evan Stone, he's like kind of out in the middle of nowhere, I feel like. So he's living in love, like just out in the middle of nowhere. Baloney's up against his hermano, Joey P. Maddie Spags is beating Candice. And this was something that I was going to do today, and I didn't do it. Luis Roberts Butt Cheeks is beating Wet Bandit, who is still MIA. I was going to go look for Wet Bandit at the thrift stores. That was what I was going to do, but I got too closely. It was too close of a match. So I was like, I better stay and I need to fight. And I think you get into a problem there with people because they're like, he's not gonna be able to handle it if he loses. He's trying so hard. And then if you don't try hard, it's like, why isn't this guy fighting? Why isn't he trying hard? You get in these weird things like where people are just like, I don't know. You're fucked. You're fucked either way. You try too hard. Oh, you're trying too hard. And if you don't try enough, then it's like, oh, you're not trying enough. Why don't you try harder? So it's like, I fucking try to do what I could do. I literally had never scheduled a tweet until yesterday. And I was like, why the fuck have I not been doing this for years? Treasy's probably rolling his eyes right now. He probably just fell down. It's like, I've been asking this idiot to like help do these things. And I'm like, I don't know. And then I just did it. It was just fucking simple. I'm so dumb. Can be dumb. All right. Alex Rude saying that Steve-O is the typical rock resident. I'm going to rip through some of this stuff. Missy's asking if I will come to Quirks after this. Absolutely not. I have another show that I do after this. Chuck is asking, where is Sterling? Why is it called that? Don't know. I think it was founded. Hezekiah something or another. I feel like Hezekiah Brink is the founder of Sterling. The Wikipedia page used to be really funny. They talked about like how people say that they're from Sterling and they're actually, or they say they're from Chicago, but they actually live in Sterling. I think it's Hezekiah Brink is the founder. Used to be the hardware capital of the world. It was crazy. We had National Manufacturing, Stanley Manufacturing. They made Sterling Nails, Northwest Steel and Wire, huge industry in the town. And then that all fucking dried up because everyone started buying shit from China. So yeah. Did I try getting a Missy cameo? I don't think she's on Cameo, or she didn't come up in Chicago. I did Chicago. Aloha, Mr. Hand, vote SMSS. I appreciate that. What did Wally say? Oh, okay. They're talking their stuff here. Chuck, you're 1 in a million. Chuck says age is a poor excuse. MSS. I am 65, and I can bet I could beat 50% of White Sox Twitter in a mile race, and I agree with him. You also you got hit by a car, went through the sunroof, and survived, and we're back at the game. I mean, it's just insanity. You're a tough motherfucker, Chuck. Don't let anybody tell you different. Let's see. Praz. It's funny, Praz. Praz has got a lot of questions. He says, since you're no longer a beer drinker, what beverage could you skullfuck as much as Brian Knight's skullfucks Miller Lights? Allegedly, Brian Knight's is not necessarily a skullfucker. But I drank a ton of Guinness yesterday. I love Guinness. It's probably my favorite beer. Now. Like that's you can get everywhere, right? Like I love stouts just in general. And like Guinness is pretty light, so that's nice. It's a good stuff. Botanist gin. All right. I will look into that. Shout out to Fatties in DeKalb. I love Fatties. It wasn't there when I was there. We used to hit autos. We actually played autos. Posted the pictures of that. Just the ad. We didn't have the pictures. We were in like a rock hippie, not hippie, like a funk jam rock thing. A lot of guitar, 4 guitars, bassist, drummer, and I wore like exclusively Adidas stuff. I wore a lot of Adidas clothing. Definitely was trying to live up my Fred Durst vibes there that I couldn't talk about because my friends would beat me up if I told them I liked songs by Limp Bizkit. But now listen to them all the time. Gets me hamped. Gets me psyched. That's what I get resting to when I get in there. All right. Jake is a big fan of the beer. Tadahito. Good job. Um, Andy, who's a big supporter of 108. Thanks, Andy. Bought some t-shirts and shit. Actually knew what next level was. It was like, are these next level t-shirts? And I was like, they are. And he's like, good. Well, that's I know how they fit because they fit a little bit more tailored. Those are available on the website. I go and Loaf hates this, but I go to Google and I go from the 108 store. It gives me the link and I click right on that motherfucker. Or you go all the way to the bottom of our blog on your phone and you click on the link to go to the store. You have to read like 87 blogs before you get there. But it's worth it because it's great content. What is my white whale item that I've been trying to track down? Okay, well, there's like a couple things. The first thing that I really always look for that I never find is a Rivian rhubarb stuffed animal, like from the 83, well, even before that, 81 Sox stuff when they were wearing the 83s with the SOX and they had the two mascots. They had Rivian rhubarb. I love them. And I want to find those. Those are the two things that I really wanted to find. I bought them on eBay a while ago for like a Christmas present for myself. But I always look for that, always looking to find that. And so I feel like I'm in the right zone here to do that. And that's something that I like. I'm trying to think and there's other things that I wanted to get. I wanted to get, I've always wanted, I can't see it. I got to go the other way. There's a Marshall, like a little Marshall amp right there. That was something that I was always like, I never would buy that at a thrift store necessarily, but I always wanted to find one cheap, and I found it at a garage sale up the street in Bridgeport. And so I bought 2 amps for like 250. Then I sold my amp for like 200. So I was really happy. So I got a Marshall finally. And everyone always tells you like, oh, it doesn't matter what kind of equipment you have. If you're a good player, you could be good. No, if you have a good amp, it sounds really good. I mean, it fucking rips. I don't rip because I'm not very good at it. But yeah, mostly it would be the stuffed animals. I always look for that. I mean, shirts. One time I found an OP jacket that I had as a kid, an Ocean Pacific jacket I had as a kid. I found it at a thrift store. It was just the most amazing thing to see something that you had as a child that is like out in the wild, and you're just like, wow, this is cool. Um, let's see here. CD44 is saying, why did Ozzy Jr. think I was serious about voting for him 7,000 times? I don't know. Ozzy, like sometimes he doesn't pay attention. He's just like, yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. You know, that's just who he is. Could Beef Loaf make it out west? I think so. He's more of a NorCal probably guy. I think Loaf would be more of a NorCal guy, got all the good wines up there. Like he get down on that shit. That's for sure. Got another tip. Thank you. Schles Pappy, 4.99. He says, I could watch and listen to this all day. Much love, MSI. I appreciate that. I'm actually doing okay. I didn't have really come in with an agenda. I do have some things that I would talk about, but if anything, I'm long-winded. Mick will tell you that. Slim Mick will tell you that. All the Chirizi and Loaf will say the same thing. They are both also long-winded. We can bullshit for a long time. So that's the one thing about us, especially if we're drinking. So cheers. Thank you for the drink. Appreciate that. Tip. So Ian is saying about the '05 Illini that he loved D Brown and that team was sick. My God, were they ever? Yeah. Been trying to get D to come do some work with us. So we're tried. We'll see if we can get it happen. It's never done until we say it's over. People naming off some of their favorite adult actresses in there. I appreciate that. Put the bomb. Let's going through some of this stuff here. Missy Carroll is drinking some tequila, watching me on TV. That's awesome. She probably probably did something else. Did I used to roam the truck stop parking lots in Sterling? Well, no. A lot of people hung out at McDonald's. We did not. We were not that cool. But we would sometimes go to Dixon, which is right next door, hometown of Ronald Reagan. We would drive to Dixon and go hang out up there. A little bit easier sometimes to go smoke cigarettes and in the parking lot, not where your parents might show up. So that was fun. So a lot of smoking of that, and then the pot too. Only gonna be able to think about fucking himself for the rest of the show. Yeah, that's good. That's the fuck Mary kill. Loaf telling me that killing him was the smart choice. That's good. Yeah, they're talking about when my dad's. I'm getting catching up. I'm gonna catch up. Bearstown, what's up? What's up, Gabriel? It's good stuff. The war started. Yeah, the when this, I think it's still going on, for Christ's sake, unless Obama got us out. I don't know. This is same shit, man. Going on for forever. It's goofy stuff, man. All right. We got some stuff coming up here. That's funny. B Web, is it true that your band opened for Mest? No. The closest thing we ever got to was opening for Hum when You Deserve Stars was like extremely popular, and like I had booked them at the club that was in Sterling. Like he had booked them, and then they got really big, and they just didn't show up. That was bum, man. That was bum. That sucks, because he was like, you guys can open for him. This is gonna be awesome. There's gonna be other opening bands too, but like that would have been dope, man. Like seeing Hum do Stars even 5 years after it was popular was dope. Like that song, that is a quintessential 90s song. Please, that is just that's the best. I want to know how much Missy Carroll charges for a cameo. That's kind of weird. Missy, what how much did you charge for how much did you charge for a cameo? I would have done that. But unless it's like $30, then no. Later cameo is like $15, but she doesn't do them. So that's kind of like 50-50, you know. I'm not giving her as much like slag. I mean, she's fine. I understand why she doesn't endorse people, but I also it's kind of and I'm gonna fucking look it up. It's funny when people are like, "Oh, you're taking things too seriously. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be fun." And then it's like, "Oh, well, I don't want to endorse anybody. That's not that fun." You know, it's just, that's kind of weird. All right, so Missy's at $30. That's cool. Man, let's see here. I'm just checking some stuff here. Did anybody see Artie's tweet today about like him being the gimp and Celeste being the lucky one? Oof, that was fun. It's a fun time. I was like, I laughed a lot. It was crazy. But also was terrified. I was like, my God, what a scene to like put in everybody's mind. Like everyone knows that scene. It's crazy. My guy SPF. What was my cigarette game? Started as every kid does on Marlboro Reds. Was a big Marlboro Red guy. Then I got real sick sophomore year in college, and couldn't do the Reds, and so I moved to Lights. And then at Lights, I was just shorts, as just regulars. Then with the Lights, I did that for a long ass time. And then I think towards the end, when I was not the first attempt to quit, because you try to quit 8 million times, but one of the times trying to quit in California, I think I made it like 2 months. The first time I quit, I remember coughing up like just loads and loads of like phlegm and mucus and nasty. Oh shit. This is horrendous. And then when I went back, I started smoking ultralights, but then I was smoking twice as many ultralights. And so it was like, this is like a fucking weird thing. People used to tell me when I come back from California, they would be like, "Oh my god, you must love it here. You can get cigarettes so cheap." And I was like, "No, your cigarettes are more expensive in Illinois than they were in Illinois, than they are in California." And because I would get them for like $3.50 a pack, and even cheaper when we go to Mexico. But yeah, the cigarettes were much more expensive back here than they were out there. But no one smoked out there. Like you had to smoke outside. That's probably, I mean, I hope like that's gonna be good for me. That I don't have to I was smoked outside at least, and it was not inside and sitting in the smoke for forever. So hopefully that'd be good. Hopefully going down the path. It's funny. Slash Bappy, I smoked a long time. I smoked, I think, in high school, at the end of high school when you finally got a car and stuff. I mean, I was probably smoking before that, probably junior year. So 4 years ago, off and on, or like less recently since like we moved to Chicago, but would go through a pack in a weekend, or 2 packs in a weekend, and then not smoke for the rest of the week, but just be a gigantic raging asshole because I was waiting to try not to like smoke, and it just didn't work. It was just horrible. So finally getting off of that was awesome. And then not smoking, I just can't smoke. Like people are like, I used to have one cigarette. It's like, I don't think I can. I don't think I could smoke pot. I don't think I can do that stuff. Like pot every once in a while, I guess. But I don't smoke. I try not to smoke anything because I just can't do it. I think I get too worried that I'll get right back on that shit, and then I'm back up and down. And I've been doing it for too long, so I need to stop. Sean, funny. The last bunch of stuff that I would smoke, it was the cheapest. Was the Camel Crush. Marvel NXT was good too. I would get those every once in a while, but like the Camel Crush was definitely my dagger of choice towards the end because it was just easy that way. Thanks, Roxy. I appreciate that. Not cool enough for you to vote for me, but I understand. It's a good ride. Celeste has got a lot of good friends. A lot of good friends out there, a lot of supporters. So I appreciate that. I'm sure she appreciates that too. Man, good God, never smoked a cigarette. That's fucking pretty amazing, honestly. Like, they count. I mean, they do count. Drunk cigarettes definitely count. I mean, I think I had like 2 pulls off a cigarette last summer when I was pretty hammered at Corks. Maybe 3, maybe 4. I don't know. But like I didn't smoke a full cigarette. But yeah, no, I mean, fuck. I don't need to be smoking. I definitely don't need to be smoking. My kids hadn't. The youngest one is never really. Well, she's gonna be 6, so she was 2 when I quit. The older one would kind of. I don't think she ever saw, but like I would definitely be smoking. She'd be looking at me outside the window, like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like, "They're not gonna remember shit." But yeah, so it's hard. Yeah, Brian. B Webb is started out on Reds too, smoking Camel, no filters before I quit. Man, Jesus Christ, that's some old shit. Can't do that. Nathan Sheba, can you please bookmark this interminable live stream when you get to the Salvation Army Beanie Baby pricing, please? Listen. I'm out of the Beanie Baby game. I definitely out. I can't buy anymore, but they sold. And when I was at the thrift store and they were 2 for $1, and I was like, there's no way I can't make money. No, it's just a long burn. It's a long burn to try to get there. Nathan, I appreciate you as always. Thank you for your tip. I am swinging. I'm going to have a swig here. This is kind of bogus, man. If if the bots have broke out here. Trey's never smoked a cigarette and he's 23. He smoked a ton of weed. Damn. Weed's just as bad. Probably. I don't know. I'm thinking. I'm guessing. But you don't smoke 15 joints a day, or 20. So you're probably a little bit better. I remember this too. And funny thing is we got the health insurance stuff done, I think recently after that. And the lady asked me a question and my dumb ass was truthful. And I said, yeah, just took 2 hits. And then we got dinged on the insurance. That was awesome. That was stupid. I know I'm not supposed to tell people that. So we have now are back to like normal rates for the life insurance. It's fun shit that, they got to go. Slim Mick, I'm still talking. I sure am, buddy. I actually don't think it's not as bad as people think that, it was going to be this bad, but maybe. What's up, Johnny? We got a matchup tomorrow against a heavyweight. She's gonna be tough, buddy. Definitely pulling for you because she did not pull for me and actively trying to. I don't know. She was 50-50. She's smart. You gotta give that Missy Carroll a little bit of credit. She knows what she's doing. You retweet the stuff and still gets the eyes, so it's beneficial both ways. So I appreciate that. She's making fun of me, but also makes me somewhat endearing. So I appreciate that. That's just the way it goes. Mrs. Mrs. Loaf says there's no way I'm done with Beanie Babies, and I am. And I mean, I'll look at them still. I still look at them, but no, I'm not buying them anymore. How we looking? We got over 1,000 votes in all these motherfuckers. I'm gonna refresh. Let's see. If you haven't already, I said no ads, but let's do one ad. Let's do one Wincy ad, and it's this one. Yo, we're gonna be at the Ramova, so here you go. You can go over there day before opening day. It's the Wednesday. Come on through. Take a picture of that little QR code with your fucking phone, and you can buy some tickets. We'd appreciate that. We sold some during the one-way tourney, which has been awesome. I mean, really continuing to sell. So people are getting closer and closer to the event. I think we're 2 weeks out. Definitely get out there. Come see us. It's going to be dope. People are going to be lining up. March 27th at 8 p.m. Doors open at 7. Now, place to go before that. Where would be the place to go before the Ramova? Before we go to Ramova, where would be the place to go? Ramova Grill? Sure, I guess. It's right there, right? But where's the even bigger place that you can go and maybe get a nice drink special? There's probably something going on Wednesdays. Why not go to Wings and Rings? Go to Wings and Rings right up the street. You can walk up there, walk down, either or, get there a little early, get there at 5, have a few beers there, then walk over to Ramova, have a few beers there. They got cocktails and everything at Ramova. They got the cocktails and everything over there at Wings and Rings. You should do it. $22, fees. I think it gets a little more expensive, but you can buy now. It'll be more at the door. So if you try to come at the door, we're going to ding you there. Just like the good people at Cork and Carry dinged me for my kids. They had to pay $5 to get in the bar yesterday, which was fine. Sox were there, gave us a bunch of shit. That was fun. SoxMachine and us. Courtney Finicum is going to be there. And with the James Fegan, newly hired James Fegan, who just hates the 108 tourney. Josh has kind of developed a hate for it too. So make sure you keep voting Josh. Send him through the next round. We want to make sure that we fill his timeline for the entire time with 108 and 108 tourney mentions. He loves that. So yeah, keep voting for me. I think I was going to go take a look here. Take a look at how we're doing. Like our whole timeline is like fucking Loaf's face just talking like, come talk to us later. Come listen to us. I appreciate him because he does that stuff. But now that I've learned how to schedule tweets, Maybe I can do that. Maybe I can help out a little more. Probably not. He's really good at that. Plus, he likes seeing himself on camera. It's a beautiful, man. Yeah. Sean Anderson's still going. It's like 5,000 votes in that, 4,500 votes. Nelson still winning. Loaf still winning. These guys are all over 1,000 votes. Okay. Now we're at like 2,300 votes. Celeste now is winning in our matchup, 54 to 45%. So now you really got to vote for me because I'm down. So it must be a battle of the bots. So if you've been buying bots, I guess buy more. I don't know. What the fuck? Who knows? I don't know what you're supposed to do anymore. B Knights champs still winning. TP, we love you, buddy. Little Tina's winning. Soxwood beating Sox mom. Sox mom deployed a very interesting strategy, posting pictures of her college-age daughter. I thought that was good as a parent that uses his kids to promote stuff like alcohol. It's very good. I like that. I like that stuff. Mrs. Loaf over loud Chuck right now still. Vino still edging out Gordo just a little bit. Jacqueline still beating Tadahito. We have Shigerian Prince over Selena right now. HBIC over Jane. And Senior Sox and Sockside Pride are at 50% each with like just over 1,000 votes. All right, so maybe we got to make that one count. Let's get some people out to vote for the Senior Sox, Sockside Pride. Both guys are awesome. Love both those dudes. And I feel like Sockside Pride is going to do some edibles or something. He's got some crazy shit going down. Baloney's still over Joey P. Maddie's still over Candice. And Luis Roberts Butt Cheeks is beating Wet Bandit, who has not shown up yet. Hopefully the carrier pigeon gets there and he will show up. Probably not. It's a little early for that shit. A little too late for that shit, I guess, would be the more thing. Luis Roberts Butt Cheeks, good tourney so far. Just killing it out there. I love it. Love the guy. He went to Minneapolis with us. Holy Christ. I've never seen a man drink so much in my entire life. That guy was hammered. And when we were like bringing him places with us because we were afraid that he was just too hammered. And then he disappeared. But he's still alive and he got married. So we're good. We're good. He's very good. Vote to the motherfucking SSS. Vote M to the motherfucking SSS. I appreciate that. Bots, yeah. I'm thinking so. Johnny's gonna start his campaign early at Polecats. That's good. It's a good place to go. K-Dog, haven't been on the Twitters, which Ramos is getting pantsless in those last 30 minutes. We're going to see, man. Let's see. Lowe's probably carrying it. He's got a lot of followers. That happens. This guy, he starts saying has his vote to give. I mean, I think we've been botted, so I don't even know what's going to count, but it seems like it's gone both there. So yeah, this is some stuff. Loaf's telling me I can cut the promos. I don't know what the fuck that means. Like me just talking about it. I'm pretty good. I know how to sell stuff. Ian just posted a very good clip of the AMA on Twitter. I'm sure this is going to be lovely. This motherfucker, B-Hawks, you son of a bitch. He's just all over the place here. You motherfucker. I know you. Yeah, you son of a bitch. These people. Are we gonna need we're gonna need more than edibles for this season? I mean, listen. Today was rough. Today was real rough. When they have to announce Eric Crochet is going to be their opening day starter. And Lofco was like, I don't think Sox Twitter's ready for a guy that's only going to be able to throw 60 pitches and be out of there in 3, which is just random. It's just so odd. This was the one part about the trade of Dylan Cease I didn't particularly care for. We're not in a position to not have a starting pitcher. And today was that was something. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Yeah. So yeah, we better get let's drink some beers, some booze. You know, Alex Rude Cheeks is a good dude. Absolutely, is a very good dude. Skyler, this is Wally Money's son. I don't know if he claims him in public. Skyler doesn't claim Wally in public. I want to make sure that's very clear. And that I know that a baseball has 108 stitches. I do know that. 108 stitches. And my sister sent that to me a while ago. She's like, is this why you guys are the 108? And I was like, oh, we sit in section 108. You've sat there many times. And she was like, oh, yeah. So it must be a family trend. A trend. You know, we're both in that kind of weather. Let's Fabby asks what happens when we die. I don't know. I've been thinking about that a lot as you get older. I don't know. And I've been watching Succession. And so watching the old man go like, what happens? Are we just turned into dust? Are we just dead? Are we in a box? What the fuck? And I don't know. So I'm not really trying to think about that. I'm trying to just do my thing here now. And just like, because you never know when you're going to go either. Going through a lot of pictures for the 108 tourney, was looking back at a lot of pictures, and one of the things like for tonight, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get myself like in a really good Cali picture. And I was looking through like my going away party when we were out in California, and like 4 of the motherfuckers are dead. And it was just like it was sad. It was just really sad to see. And not from old age. One guy got hit by a I'm assuming a drunk driver, hit and run, died. I'm not trying to bring everybody down, but yeah, I just remember seeing that and going, oh my God. And then another buddy just, cancer. It's just, yeah. So you get into that age where you're just like, fuck, man, I'm just going to live every day. And just try to be a better father, a better husband, like every day. And just be nice and just try to relax. Like, I feel like I've been like really high strung. So I'm trying to just chill. So yeah, that's probably way too deep. Probably shouldn't have said all that, but you know what? Fuck it. It's a live stream. I don't think we're going to keep this anyway, but maybe. Fucking Ian's probably going to clip that and be like, words of wisdom from our guy here. And people are like, great. Let's see. I'm not saying that. I don't know. Diabolic video. I don't know that. And Reality King, I don't know. You'd have to give me more information. I was a Bang Bros guy, big Bang Bros guy, like that. And then when Brazzers like became bigger, like they had some good talent too. Follow me and get my vote. I usually follow most everybody. That's kind of try to do that, but then not always. Loaf, tell me I sound soft. Yeah, kind of. I am soft. Not as soft as you, though, fatty. So, Skyler coming right at dad. Can't claim anyone that buys game worn Mark Parent jerseys. Holy Christ. That's a good story, too. Wally and Aloha Mr. Hand and a Mexican standoff for a Mark Parent 4th of July jersey. I was supposed to meet him. He was like the guy that does the I walked out the lineup card last game of the season. It was 2013, 2014, something like that. And he was supposed to be the guy. He got fired. He left. He didn't even finish the season. There was like 3 games left. And they're like, oh, usually Mark Parent does this. He's no longer with the team. So Joe McEwen's going to walk you out there. It's like, awesome. So I walk out there with Joe McEwen. And he's like, takes me into the umpires and the player. Everyone's just like sitting there. Like, it's just the managers and the umpires. And they're like, hey, good to see you. Been a great season. We'll see you next season. Have a good summer or fall, winter. We'll see you in the spring. The Hawking and one guy, the one umpire looks at me and goes, oh, you're a big son of a bitch, aren't you? And he's like, you got any jokes? Tell some jokes. You got a joke? And I was like, I don't have a joke. And because they tell you, they're like, don't talk to him, just be there. And so I wasn't prepared for this. And because usually I have a joke, but I didn't. And so he tells a joke and goes on to tell like a very disgusting, dirty joke. Or not disgusting, fun. I mean, fun times. the joke, and it was hilarious. Yeah, he that this is laughing, and then he's like, "All right, we'll see you later, you sons of bitches. Let's do this. Let's get the fuck out of here." And that was the end of the season. It was fun. Um, this is interesting. This is a good one. I don't know if I should reveal it in this AMA, but it is probably. I did not vote for Chorize um or Loaf. I voted for Chorize because I went and checked to see who see who was winning, and Loaf had kind of laughed him, so I voted for Chorize. But I also killed him tonight because I guess I'm a big Chorize fan. I had no idea. Wings and Rings is gonna have $6 chicken sandwiches. Best fucking chicken sandwiches too. Like they were fucking good, and they'll have hot honey chicken sandwiches, which I had on Friday. It's good. Hot honey. Well, I had the shrimp, but yeah, you definitely the chicken sandwiches are awesome. Oh my lord, he's saying they might even do the tall boys, $2 tall boys, the pre Ramova. That is holy shit. If that goes down and you're not there, I mean, pregame, fuck man, place to be. That's the place to be. If I bring $2 bills, he says, I got a couple. I like this. Wolf got me with all the hot tub thirst traps over the past year. Oh man, he's a beautiful man. There's no doubt about that, man. Ian's very smart not to tell anybody who you voted for, especially those two. That's a matchup. I liked it. I liked those two going at each other and doing the childhood pictures. And I was seeing some stuff during the day in the private chat, and I told Treasy something, and he's like, "Oh shit, I think he's doing the same thing I am," and similar but not the same. And they went at each other a little bit, like as good brothers would do. I thought it was good. I liked that. So yeah, that was some fun stuff. Lowe's got a lot of picks. He's gonna spam them. Like, are you talking about the hot tub picks? We don't need that. You could do the other picks, do the growing up picks. A little fun story. I'm gonna tell a little story because I saw a picture last night of it. Look, people don't realize how bare bones the 108 organization and how this goes, how it started up. And we didn't have any money, when we started it, and you don't want people to like have to put their own money into something. So as we're going, we're starting it up, Loaf like made the initial investment to get some t-shirts made. So we did that, paid him back. And then they were like, "Hey, you sell stuff on eBay?" And I was like, "Yep." And he was like, "We got these little huddles, these NFL huddles. They're like little stuffed animals of NFL teams, very collectible, highly desirable by a lot of people. You're like, they're worth money. We have all of them. We had them all as a kid. You sell them, and then we'll take that money and we'll buy more merch." And I think that's how we funded the Jersey Demolition shirt. We sold all the huddles. I didn't take any cut from it. I mean, other than shipping. And then we took all that money and we bought the Jersey Demolition shirt. So we just kept flipping every money, and that's how we've been since the start. Every profit that we make on the shirts, we just flip back into it and buy more merch and then buy this, and that's how we get started. So while we get some shit for having the merch, I don't know, in my like thing, I'd rather you guys buy a t-shirt and enjoy it and have a funny t-shirt. I don't want you to have a stupid t-shirt. We've done some stupid t-shirts, but I want you to have a t-shirt rather than play like pay for the content. I want the content to be free. We've always wanted to be the content to be free, and then buy a merch if you like our shit, or visit our sponsors. That's another big thing. Like going to Wings and Rings, that's huge. Buying some stuff from Collector's Cave, huge. If you bought a house from my guy Riz, remember, I'm throwing a fucking housewarming party for you. If we buy a house, it's gonna be the shit. No, bedtime for the kids. Remember, the night before the Ramova, swing by, get your VIP card from Wings and Rings. You get 15% off food and soft drinks. So that's nice. Now, you're saying, my Sox Summer. Why can't I get that on the tall boys or just alcohol? $2 tall boys, my friend. $2 tall boys. How much cheaper can it be? I feel like me, Mick, and not my girls because they weren't drinking; those were empties. And Chirizi, like our tab was like $50, and we were all drinking. It was nice. It was a nice easy thing. So, K Dog, who would win in a fist fight? I don't know. I think Chirizi potentially. He's more low to the ground. I don't know. I don't know who could really take a punch out of the three of us. Probably Loaf. Loaf is a varsity athlete, bench warmer, varsity athlete, but better than me. So maybe Loaf. I don't know. I would say, oh, it'd be, I don't know. I don't think I could. I don't know if I could do it. I'm Mike Tyson. Everyone's got a plan until they take one in the mouth, punch in the mouth. That is. Don't clip that, Dougie or Ian, motherfucker. Appreciate that was a fun time, man. Beta Brow. We had a lot of fun times at Beta Brow. Good times. As always, we knew they were in trouble when we were giving them ideas on how they could make more money. And we're not beer guys, or we weren't beer salesmen. So we're just like, hey, if you had like a 19.2 ounce, or maybe they'd sell it in the stands. You know what? That's a fucking great idea. We're going to do that. And then they never got to do it because they were gone. Yeah, they definitely seem to be more into PBR. It's like beer food. Yeah. Let's see. All right. We're getting there. Who has the power? Who of the power three has been the drunkest when you're all together? Oh, God. I mean, it's where I would think that I would be probably the most functional drunkest guy, but Chorizo, holy Christ. That guy, he gets pretty drunk too. And he's like standing up drunk. And like, you just know all of a sudden, like, boom, he's drunk, But yeah, it's not Loaf. Loaf's pretty good. Loaf will get himself home before he starts to show the visible signs of being drunk. The only time that I remember Loaf being like way overserved, or not way overserved, but just hammered was 108 Day like 2 years ago when he was drinking the vodkas. Yeah. Drinking the vodka tonics or vodka, whatever the fuck he was drinking. I thought they were water, and I thought he brought some over to the table, and he's like, no, those aren't yours. Those are mine. Those are vodkas. And I was like, oh boy, this is gonna be a night. It's gonna be a night, and it was. And he had to leave, just like I had to leave this year. Everyone's good for one of those every so often, but yeah, no, I was, man. Ian, I'm not putting that up there, you son of a bitch, Mr. Eskridge. You motherfucker. But yeah, no, I was definitely hammered. And shout out to my wife for making me get out of there, or taking me out of there. And I remember telling her, I'm like, I got to go. Yeah. Spags, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's nobody else in the room. This is all kind of on me. So I'm trying to do my thing here. I don't know what we're gonna do. We got another show coming here in about 10 minutes. So I only got I'm gonna go 5. I'm gonna go 5 more minutes. So let's do some AMA. Yeah, let's do some AMA. So there's a lot of accusations going around on the Twitter. I'm seeing that's fun stuff. I mean, I if anything, I have faith in Chirizi to figure all this stuff out. He is a genius when it comes to this kind of stuff. So he is. Plus, he's fair. So we'll have to see what happens. ATM, no, dude, never go ATM. Never go ATM. ASL. Oh man, I tell you, this is isn't my first solo. Yeah, for this long, for sure. This is my first solo one. I've learned enough in other things not to get too crazy. Bass to mouth. Yeah, that's fuck yeah, man. Ass to trout. That's a Southern California thing for sure. Yeah, those are fun games too. I used to see the Sox out there go to all those games. Oddly, didn't go to the clinchers in 05, which is very dumb. Very I didn't have a ton of money, but it wasn't probably all that expensive. I went to the first game and I paid like $65 for a $30 seat, which was fine. But yeah, it was like, fuck, man. My dumb ass. It was like, oh man, it's gonna rain. I'm not gonna go out there. I should have went to both of them and watched the clinch. Had a good time, but I didn't because I was California soft. I was West Coast soft at that point. All right. Got some people on here pumping out some content. Okay, let's see. Let's get an update. Let me do one little update here. Let's see if there's any close ones going here. All right, we're going down here. I see myself again. See Loaf. All right, Sean Anderson's up there. There's 4,500 votes there over Ozzie Gia Jr. Nelson's still up. Beefloaf's still up. No bots. And me and Celeste are tied at 50-50. All right, so vote me. Let's see what happens. I guess that's why I'm doing it. 6 minutes to go. Let's do some votings. It's votings here. I almost retweeted from the 108 account. That's unfair. Don't try not to do that. B Knights, he's got it locked. Little Tina, locked. Soxwood seems pretty locked. Now Loud Chuck is beating Mrs. Beefloaf. 5 minutes to go. Vino barely edging out Gordo right now. So if you're a Gordo fan, which I am, and I'm a Vino fan, but they are neck and neck right now. 50 is almost 50-50, but he's got the edge right now. So if you are a Gordo fan, get out there and vote. If you are a Vino fan, get out there and vote and push it even further over to him. Jacqueline still got Tadahito. Not really an upset, 5/4. Shigerian Prince is beating Selena. HBIC's got it locked. And Senior Sox and Sockside Pride. Again, Sockside Pride is edging him right now. So if you're a big fan of Senior Sox, go vote. If you're a big fan of Sockside Pride, go vote right now. Get in there. Baloney winning. Maddie Spagnola winning. Luis Roberts butt cheek still winning. Yeah, I mean it's all similar. So we're gonna stay with it. Vote for me. Vote for MSS. That's fun times. Fun times. Yeah, man. There's a lot of stuff going on here. Way too many bots. I agree. Alexis, you need to retweet my tweet and then put the poll underneath that, I feel like, or with that, so then people know what you're talking about. Like, I think it was hard for people to see it. People don't go down below, I don't think usually. Maybe, but it's funny. Again, you're kind of the deal. Like, why do people post so much? You're posting so damn much, but it worked. Everyone told me I was gonna get fucking like curb stomped today. I did not get curb stomped. I was within, I'm very close, so that's good. So whatever I did, I think kind of worked. I don't know. Maybe it didn't. Who knows? I have no fucking idea. It just seemed it was a good way to get me to spend my entire day staying attached to this and doing the scheduled tweets. Yeah, Ian, it's hard. We went private for the tournament thing last year, and you had to follow the 108 to vote because then you couldn't really use the bots. But then it kind of hurts. You don't get to see as many people. As many people don't see it. You can't invite your friends. Then they have to add us, and we don't really want to have you add us. So I don't know. It's a hard thing. I think you could still do it. I know that they had problems with whatever poll that they did with the greatest world, or the 2023 Chicago's best wings that Wings and Rings won. They had tons of bot problems, like just tons of bot problems too. So it's a fight. It's hard. It's hard to like keep these bots out, man. They buy up all the Taylor Swift tickets and they fuck up the 108 tourney polls, these fucking motherfuckers, I was upset. Went to the gym this morning. I'm a big I go in the sauna now. I'm a big sauna guy. Had some good chattances in the sauna. There was political talk going on in the sauna. I was impressed. I hadn't heard politics getting talked in a gym in a long time. So it was fun. I was just listening. I don't want to get into that shit because then they'll hate me. I agreed with a lot what the guy was saying, so it was fun. But yeah, no, it was some political chats going on in the sauna. It makes time go quicker. It's fun to listen to. And then some people just want to volunteer information. Like one guy's like, "Oh, I got real lucky. I only had to pay $200,000 for school from college. I went to a private university." And I'd be like, "Jesus fucking Christ, dude! I don't know if you got lucky because I think I got out of NIU for under 30,000." So yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's got a better education. I don't know. We're in the same spot, so who knows? Yeah, well, it led us to the same sauna on the south side of Chicago. Who the fuck knows? Um, what's my favorite breakfast food? You know what I really like? Yeah, I like, the McDonald's. The McDonald's breakfast is the best. Sausage McMuffin with egg. I mean, that's the go-to. I love that shit. That shit's delicious. I was gonna make some waffles on St. Patrick's Day, and I was gonna have breakfast with the girls because the girls are always like, "How come you don't eat breakfast?" And I was like, "Because I'm fat. I don't need it." And I was gonna actually eat it. Then the wife, got a hair up her ass and like went out and made breakfast for everybody or for them and didn't make what I wanted to eat. So I was like, fuck it, I'm not gonna eat breakfast again. So my breakfast was Guinness yesterday. It was perfect. Do I go to the same sauna as Chris Chelios? Absolutely not. Hey, we're gonna get this all figured out here. Russ saying that Ozzy Jr. got screwed. We'll see. Um, Thanks, Ian. I don't think he's a lawyer or a doctor. I think he said he was a fireman. He's making, I mean, I don't have a job, so he's making way more than me. That's for sure. Roxy, thank you. Thanks for coming through. We're going to wrap this up. This is it. Alexis says, who's softer, Ozzy Jr., Ozzy Sr.? I don't know. I don't think either one of them is soft. I don't want to fuck with either one of them, to be honest. They know people, so you don't want to do that. So, hey, listen, thanks for paying attention to me for the last hour and 27 minutes. You'll see me really quick. We're going to come right back with a show. I'm going to end the stream and we'll be right back. I'm gonna put this one up, but I'm not gonna go poop, but it's just fun to play.